I've had the pleasure of just speaking to a few folks that are former Black Hebrew Israelites. What is it that they say that they have now found in the Lord that they didn't have before?
I had one guy tell me my eyes my eyes woke up and I realized I was a bigot, and then I realized bigotry was not biblical.
Mm,
The guy said, "No, I was a bigot." And the funny thing is, he said, "Before I was in Hebrewism, I wasn't a bigot. I realized I had become one."
interesting.
I had people that have been raised in this, Dr. Brown, and they just thought that was the way you read the Bible. Like, that's just normal. And then a lot of them, you see them reading the Bible on their own. That's a big thing. They read the Bible more on their own without the kind of camp leaders over their shoulder. And the Spirit a lot of times uses that. And it's like, they describe it as like scales came off my eyes. It's like they were able to read the Bible. The veil had been removed, just like with the way Paul speaks of a lot of the Jews during that time in them, I think. And I've heard a lot of them say that. The other thing, real quick, is even though it sometimes is messy, when Christians challenge them, and sometimes the reason I say it's messy is because sometimes you've got to be a little bit of assertive to do it, or at least clever. It's very tricky. And I'm talking about even on the street. I had a guy say, a Christian came up, he was challenging us. I knew how to use the camp dynamic to shut him down verbally, but the stuff he said stuck in my head to the point where a year later I couldn't stop thinking of it. And that's what led me to this year-long trail of getting out of it. And now he's a wonderful young apologist himself. So never ever say no one's going to reach those people or all that. That's man talking. That's what we think. That's why Jesus says, "Hey, all things are possible with God." Why do we think that way? Oh, no, we don't know. So go in there in the spirit and power of the Lord, and see what's going to happen. And we're going to see more and more people come out of this. I'm working on an interview right now with a person who is the son of the offspring. I'll put it that way. The offspring of one of these camp leaders, these camps themselves, grew up in the household of one of the leaders of one of these organizations. So it's happening. So we can't give up and realize the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Yeah.